the meeting to order. On behalf of the Planning Commission, I'd like to welcome our residents and viewers to this regular meeting of April 12th, 2022. On tonight's agenda, we just have one discussion item. Before we get into that discussion item, though, we have a housekeeping item, and that would be the minutes from our regular meeting of March 8th, 2022. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? If not, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minutes are approved. With that, then, we'll start our discussion item. This is the Whispering Fields Second Edition Final Plat, and this edition is located off Flagstaff Avenue, just south of our high school. Tony, you're going to take this?
I will. Thank you, Mr. Chair, Commission members. Before you this evening is the Whispering Fields Second Edition Final Plat. The applicant is D.R. Horton Incorporated. As Chair Roddy had mentioned, this development is located directly south of the Farmington High School off of Flagstaff Avenue. And the second edition essentially completes the Whispering Fields subdivision, and this particular final plat will consist of 56 single-family lots spread over just over 13 acres of land. This right here is the actual final plat that is before you this evening. As I had mentioned, it does consist of 56 single-family lots. These 56 are part of the 119 overall single-family lots that were proposed with the preliminary plat for this particular subdivision. The second edition final plat does correspond with that preliminary plat, which was approved by the Planning Commission in January of 2021, and then the City Council on February 1st of 2021. The lots within the second edition do vary in size. They vary from 6,500 square feet up to 16,163 square feet in size. And then the lot width, again, varies from 49 feet up to just over 80 feet in width. There are two outlots within this final plat. They are labeled outlots A and B. Outlot A is a trail corridor located towards the center of the subdivision, towards the northern end, right here. Again, that's a trail corridor and is approximately 1,950 square feet in size. And then the second outlot is Outlot B, which is located here towards the western edge of the subdivision. This will be used for a temporary turnaround and will eventually be two additional lots at a time when that temporary turnaround can be removed. Outlot A will be deeded to the city as part of this plat. Outlot B will be retained by D.R. Horton and, as I had mentioned again, will be utilized as a temporary turnaround. It will connect Flanders Way to 209th Street West. The temporary turnaround is proposed to be a 24-foot wide, basically temporary roadway. This roadway can be removed upon the extension of both Flanders Way and 209th Street into the adjacent property to the west. A separate final plat will be necessary in the future to convert this outlot into two buildable lots. So this won't be the last time you see that specific area in a plat. Flanders Way, Fleming Street, and 209th Street West will all be extended with this second edition. Both Flanders Way and 209th Street will be constructed to the western boundary of the plat and would be extended upon development of the adjacent land to the west. All street sections within the plat provide for a 60-foot right-of-way with a 30-foot wide roadway as measured face of curb to face of curb. As shown in your packet and on this exhibit here, essentially sidewalks will be shown or provided on one side of the of each roadway. It's shown in green on the attachment. Trails will be located on the western side of the development, extending from the Regatta Fields development north. Trail will also be constructed on Flagstaff Avenue, as well as a trail on the northern end here that will eventually extend to the southern access road to the high school. So it provides for that connectivity, pedestrian connectivity from Regatta Fields all the way up to the high school. And I know that's been a comment that we've heard in the past, that that's something that has been needed or warranted. This accommodates that very well, as a matter of fact. The development was proposed as a planned unit development and allows for a number of flexibilities. I have those outlined in the memo. It's everything from reduced minimum lot area, reducing minimum lot width, reducing minimum side yard setback, and those type of things. This addition falls in line with what was approved with that planned unit development and with that first addition. Again, it's just essentially a continuation of that first addition. The engineering department has reviewed the Whispering Field second edition final plat and recommends approval upon satisfaction of all engineering comments related to the construction plans for grading and utilities, as well as the applicant entering into a development contract with the city and all security fees and costs paid. The action that is requested this evening is to recommend approval of the Whispering Fields second edition final plat contingent upon the following, and forward that recommendation on to the city council. The first condition is the satisfaction of all engineering comments related to the construction plans for grading and utilities. And number 2, a development contract between the applicant and city of Farmington shall be executed and security and fees and costs shall be paid. Submission of all other documents required under the development contract shall be required as well. So with that, I will stand for any questions.
All right, thank you, Tony. We do have Deb Ridgway from D.R. Horton here. Deb, you want to give us your free commercial for marketing your development?
Good evening. My name is Deb Ridgway with D.R. Horton. We're bringing the second edition forward. We finished the first as far as streets and utilities late last year. And so we are actively building homes right now. We probably aren't opening for sales until the end of May, beginning of June. And we'd like to have the inventory in place in order to start selling. So we have a number of homes in the ground, and we have a number of homes that we are just getting permits back on. So we're pretty excited about it. This is our first development in Farmington in a long time, at least in my time here. So it's been a while. Yeah. So, but I'm here for any questions or comments or anything else that you have. Thank you.
Thanks, Deb. Will you stay available? We'll go through the commission members, see if
Yeah.
they do anything. We'll start with
Yeah.
Commissioner Teskey.
I think it looks great. Thank you. It's exciting to see it come to completion or fruition of completion, and then to see that those trails and sidewalks are all going to be tied together and just come together in the end. So I'm excited.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Commissioner Winchell.
The only question I have is Lot B, I assume that's gonna be paved? It's not gonna be.
Correct.
Correct, there will be a
sorry.
20, sorry, yes, there will be a 24-foot wide paved, almost rural section, if you will, road, if you will.
Sure.
So,
That's it, looks good,
Can
thank you.
I add on to that? Because I
Yeah.
had a question on it. Who will be allowed to use that temporary turnaround?
It'll be public, so there will be a public drainage utility and roadway easement over that, which would get vacated, is my guess, when we come and plat the 2 lots when the roads extend through eventually.
So the residents will use it?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And the city will plow it and everything else?
that's correct.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Phil?
No, thank you.
Commissioner Leto?
I think everything looks really good. Just curious about price points on those. If you have a ballpark on what you think
Yeah,
they're
we
gonna go for?
actually, prices, as you know, are creeping up just in new construction in general. We're anticipating opening probably in the mid-4s to start. But yeah, that can creep up close to 5 just based on what we're seeing for cost right now.
Sounds good, thank you.
Yeah.
Anything else, Leon?
That's all I have.
Commissioner McAbey?
My question just had to do with the trail access to the high school area, and that got answered during the presentation, so otherwise it looks good, thank you.
Thank you.
Tony, could you put the full plat on there, please? I just have a question, more of a inquiry type thing. The southeast, the existing resident that's out there, what's the status of that? Anything? Any change?
No
Nothing?
change that I'm aware of,
Is it anticipated that it will stay that way?
until he's willing to sell.
Just wondering.
We haven't had any conversations with that
That's
owner
okay.
either.
I just wondered, I know he, when we were doing the original, he was here and happened to know him, so.
Yep.
No, we have not heard anything more from him as far as willingness
Not a
to do
problem.
anything.
Actually, I think it's great. I think it's gonna be a nice development. Hopefully the traffic on Flagstaff will work out for everybody. You know, I know they're working on talking about some kind of traffic controls, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So, I have no other comments or questions. I think it's a great development, so. With that, then, I'd look again for a recommendation to our city council on Whispering Field Second Edition, final plat, and we have two contingencies, as Tony outlined, engineering comments and a development contract. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion to send a favorable approval to the council. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Any more discussion? If not, call the roll, please.
Winchidle.
Yes.
Teske.
Yes.
Roddy.
Yes.
Lado.
Yes.
McAbey.
Yes.
All right. Tony, was there anything else from staff?
I have nothing, sir.
Is there anything else from the commission? If not, I'll remind the commission and our viewers, the next regular meeting is May 10th, and with that, I look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and second, all in favor, say aye.
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 We're officially adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. Drive careful.